Last time, Shanks takes down another punk while Barto shows us that he really is a good boy despite his numerous flaws, and the Straw Hats drank so much absinthe that Nami ended up in Legoland. Is this the start of Elbaf or something else? Find out with this week's chapter review and first reaction to One Piece Chapter 1127, Adventure in the Land of Mystery. Also, before I jump into the chapter review, the finale to my series, The Point of East Blue, will be going live in less than 24 hours. I've worked really hard on it, so make sure you catch it and watch all the way to the end for a little surprise. Self-promotion out of the way, let's jump into the chapter. Alright, we start off, as always, with a cover story. We see good old Dog Storm and Yamato eating rice balls together, and that's it. Inurashi, he's also concerned about the disappearances that were mentioned last chapter, but, still waiting for that main point of this cover story to kick in. Alright, let's get into the chapter proper. Giant confusion. There's a fire. Get some spring water and put it out. Hey, do you smell that aroma? Is it coming from the forest? We're seeing a giant tree in the background. The flames spread to Yggdrasil, then the country... If the flames spread to Yggdrasil, then the country is done for. Or Yggdrasil. Is it Yggdrasil or Yggdrasil? I'm Aussie, so I'm gonna blame my accent for it. We need to report this to the great sun god. Something's wrong with this. What could have happened to these Stingamole? They don't just fall out of the sky, and Stingamole are just... Well, assuming they're as big as they look on screen, and giants are big, then... Wait, sorry, I just noticed what the panel above is. The Stingamole are giant bees. But I also noticed, as well as seeing what I'm assuming is Yggdrasil, everything seems to be made out of Lego. Giant country seems to be Legoland. So, I can't remember a reviewer that I like to watch. They mentioned that Lego is, I can't remember the exact, but it's one of the Nordic countries is the founders of Lego. So, I mean, it's certainly unexpected. It's kind of my jam that, everyone was expecting the giants. It's going to be very Viking, very, Nordic, very like Thor, Odin, God of Thunder. And we were expecting that for the land, for Elbaf, or for Warland, the land of the giants. But the fact that Oda's like, okay, yes, what if we do that, but also Lego? I find that's really funny. Okay, but yes, Elbaf is apparently Legoland. People in the forest reported that the tremors we felt earlier were caused when the mighty ear god collapsed. The mighty ear god? What? Don't be stupid. What could hurt that enormous rabbit? This is not a slow introduction. It's just suddenly, okay, Legoland, there's a giant ear god, there's giant bees. We just see, I was expecting Yggdrasil to be an enormous reveal. We've seen a giant thing on Warland or near Elbaf. But, you would expect it to be and then here it is, big reveal, but it's kind of just in the background and it's nearly on fire. Big Stein Castle, also made out of Lego. Yeah, it's still alive. What is with this huge bee thing? We see Nami. She is in a castle. Morning, Nami. Say, where are we? Yeah, we see one of the bees next to Nami, and it's probably about the same mass as her. Not as tall, but she's skinny. No idea. Last thing I knew, we were still on the giant ship. Thankfully, Cloud Boy is with her. So Zeus. Wow, somebody save me. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji-kun. I'll even take Usopp. Wow, Nami. He's your weakling bro. What's up with me? I don't remember changing. Am I dreaming? Where is this place? Is it some kind of castle? And we hear someone shout, Nami, Usopp's voice? And Nami trips on one of the Lego, because, oh gosh, can you imagine? Stepping on Lego would suck, but walking on ground that's made of Lego and having all those little bumps, and that's what Nami trips over. What's going on with its floor? It's all bumpy. Also, I just realized, if Elbaf/Warland's infrastructure is made out of Lego pieces, is the joke that the giants are so tough that they are constantly stepping on Lego? Because that's hilarious. But either way, it's Nami comes across a giant hedgehog. She looks bewildered. And she says, "It's huge!" And the hedgehog is just as shocked as she is. And then it gets immediately angry, and it chases after Nami. "Usopp, where are you? Over here. Save me." And Usopp is getting eaten by a giant cat with a crown. Everything is happening here. Sorry, this is so fast. What are you doing here? Another monster. I've got my own problems. What is this? A monster manor? Zeus, extend. Leave it to me. I think Zeus hits the hedgehog and Nami gets like nearly pushed over the edge. And just zap it and the hedgehog gets electrocuted. And the cat gets distracted as Nami falls onto the cat and then proceeds to also... Oh no, the electrified hedgehog falls and hits the cat, which also electrifies the cat. "I've got a bad feeling," says Nami, and ditto says Usopp, and the cat glares at them. You know, this lightning was enough to, like, you know... would I say damage Big Mom? But it certainly gave her a bit of a shock. And this cat is fine. "Hey Usopp, do you know anything about this place? I remember us drinking at the giant ship. Next thing I know, I'm here with you." Also, Usopp's outfit, like, Nami looked like she's dressed kind of like a beast pirate. Usopp, meanwhile, he's got a fake mustache and a beard. And he's wearing suspenders. He looks a bit goofy. "Wait, the booze. Didn't he say it could cause hallucinations?" That's what people were suspecting, but now we're seeing this might not be a hallucination. And they reach a window, oh not a window, a ledge, and I mean Usopp, it's a dead end. "Oh man, we're so high up. There's a chance this is a hallucination, right, Nami? Then I might be seeing a cat monster, but it's probably just an illusion." And Usopp gets absolutely smacked, and Nami is like, "Oh no." This is a great chapter. I'm actually really enjoying this. It's got sort of the whimsy and of like a Skypiea where it's like nothing makes any sense. And the cat topples the Lego tower as Nami and not Nami and Usopp. Just Usopp gets blown out the wall, and Nami also seems to collapse, falling up soon after. And huffing and puffing, Usopp seems to be unconscious, and then a lion. This lion seems familiar, but it suddenly turned into a lion. "We're doomed. Snap out of it, Usopp. We're gonna die." Hey, Nami lifts Usopp as a shield. That lion, it looks familiar. I'm trying to think. It doesn't look like Richie, but there was like another sort of more dopey looking lion thing. But maybe it's just like how Oda likes to draw his lions. But we hear what I'm assuming is Sanji, because it's Nami's son with a heart. And we see, "I sentence you to death for making my beloved cry, Ifrit Jumbre." Oh, and there's also Luffy, Gear 4th, Gum Gum Elephant, Three Sword Style, Color Sutra, Great Dragon, and the three boys. They beat up the cat. Sanji almost looks like he's in his stealth black mode. Though I'm pretty sure he destroyed that, right? But he's just got like a big cloak on, and Luffy's got a big hat that's covering his eyes and big horns. And Zoro's also got a cloak. Lots of fur. Either way, they beat up the cat, and Nami's eyes pop out of her head. Usopp also screams, though I thought he was unconscious, and then the lion turns back into a cat. So we've got a cat that can transform into a lion? Is it a cat that ate the lion fruit? And Zoro is confused. "Did it just turn into a cat? I wonder how this guy will taste," says Luffy. "That rabbit we grilled up earlier sure was tasty." Nami-san was really worried. And also, Sanji's got like a sword on him, which is odd. "I was so scared when Usopp died, Sanji-kun. I'm still alive, and you're going to pay for that human shield stunt." And we zoom out again to see Yggdrasil. Oh, here. "Brah, not again. Sounds like there might be even bigger ones around. If they look good, I'll get us some," says Luffy. "Let's prioritize finding the sea and our ship. We need to establish the crew's safety." Classic Zoro, always concerned about the crew's safety. "If you're going after food, don't forget that that bee battalion in their hive. It'd be a shame to waste them since they're so nutritious, says Sanji. How you guys take this place in stride, says Nami, into the unknown, cover and color spread upon return. Where the hell are we anyway? I really like this as an intro chapter. It's no nonsense. It's not like we see a lot of the time with like Egghead and Wano, and we get like that grand establishing shot, and it's all like, oh yes, we're here at Egghead Island. Oh yes, we're here at Wano. Instead, here it's just pretty unceremoniously. It's like, there's a fire. Yggdrasil's on fire. And I wonder if there's more meaning to, hey, do you smell that aroma, the giant lady? Wait, is it coming from the forest? Is that Sanji cooking? Sanji's cooking, Chopper's doctoring. Yeah, that might be Sanji cooking the rabbit. And they say, yeah, is it coming from the forest? Yeah, so it's not much. I love this chapter because it's just new and exciting, and everything's weird and strange, and we're establishing the rules. The fact that giants are walking on Lego all the time, if that joke is intentionally because they're tough and warrior-like, and so they make themselves strong by walking on Lego literally every day. We see Yggdrasil, which, to put it bluntly, it doesn't look that big. Like, it looks big, and especially if this is in comparison to the giants, but maybe these houses of the giants are just enormous too. But we see the top of the branches look black and twisted. And the tree itself looks very twisty, like the bark is spiraling up to the top. But it's also interesting that they do say, we need to report this to the great sun god, which implies that potentially... Oh yeah, people in the forest reported that tremors we felt earlier, they caused when the mighty ear god collapsed. Don't be stupid, what could hurt that enormous rabbit? So yeah, okay, they've killed the ear god. I'm just gonna say that now. The Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro have caused a bit of a public relations incident by killing and eating the mighty ear god. And it's also interesting that the giants call it an enormous rabbit. Because, like, surely to them, I mean, we don't see the rabbit, but they're giants. Like, surely this cat that turns into a lion and then back into a cat is just cat-sized to the giants. But either way, yeah, it seems like we haven't seen Chopper yet, so I'm assuming Chopper is still on the ship. We weren't entirely sure, but yeah, it looks like it's the East Blue crew starting off here. But how did they get here well before the rest of the giants? That's what I'm interested to see. Yeah, international incident. They've eaten the giant ear guard. Yeah, we see... Yeah, that makes sense. So when we see the everyone reacting going, bruh, not again, I'm assuming that's like, oh, it's another fire because they're cooking the cat. Which is hilarious. Yeah, we're seeing the crew's new outfits. I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. And yeah, a cute little start to the next arc, which I'm assuming this is Elbaf. We're seeing Yggdrasil, we're seeing giants. And yeah, break next week, very sadly. Very fun. That's the end of my review. Make sure to watch the East Blue finale that comes out in less than 24 hours, and I'll see you next time. Bye.